Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today we are going to have a look into the third and last of the circling approaches, or rather I should say of the spectacular circling approaches that we have at Amsterdam Schiphol. Now on this one we are approaching once again on the ILS27 and we are going to circle over for runway 24, contrary to runway 22 that we did on the last one. So, first of all, what is the reason those circlings would be conducted from 27 onto 24? You can see this is a little bit more space in here between the different runways, and there are a lot of real-life videos from 747 cockpits, from the 737 and so on available for this particular approach. So I am going to link some of those in the video description below, so make sure to check them out after this video. Primary reason once again is to save taxi time. So landing a runway 27 over here, you would have to come in long way around, especially with a heavy aircraft vacating maybe November 4, and then either go Alpha all the way around or maybe even go Bravo and then southbound here via Quebec. This one gets especially interesting for cargo aircraft, as the cargo area at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport is located down here. So going down to the cargo area, if you can land on 24, you can just vacate to the left, Sierra 9. And then you're straight on the cargo apron down here at Sierra. So for that reason you will mostly find freighter aircraft doing that one, and there are, as I mentioned, some great videos from the real life cockpit of those. Now for us today, what's going to become interesting is the way how do we fly these things. It is quite easy actually, so we are going to approach on the ILS27 and then we are going to run the swing over, which means leveling off for a short period, turning over to the left and then landing a runway 24. So this one is by far not as spectacular as the previous ones that we have flown, but it nonetheless is a visually impressive maneuver, especially when you see it happening on a Boeing 747, as there are loads of videos of on YouTube. We are using the 787 today. Primary reason for that, obviously, while the long-haul parking is usually up there, is that I simply don't want to record two videos on the 747, and I did the last one on it already. So that is the general idea of what we're doing over here, coming in for the ILS approach runway 27, which we've got available on the chart over here. So we basically fly down. Once again, we are using Cat 1 minima, and we are not using the circle to land minima, even though we could be using this on the approach 890, or in a case of Cat Delta aircraft 900, so you could certainly make use of that one. Alright, so that is the general procedure completed, so let's make sure we get our airplane down and stabilized. We have to keep in mind we need to break out a little bit earlier, so just the 500-foot stable gate might be a little bit too late. For that reason, we are definitely using the 1,000-foot gate on this one. Okay then, landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. So, reaching about 1,000, we can see the runway straight at. We've got runway 27 straight over here, and then runway 24 is the one over there. Don't confuse 24 with runway 22, otherwise you are going to be in for some serious talks with your chief pilot once they found out what you did. Again, the 22 arrivals, just as a quick recap, you could only do in an empty Boeing 747 or in smaller aircraft, usually business jets doing that. Runway 24, however, you can do on standard commercial operations, and that is the only of those Amsterdam approaches that you can do under commercial operations here. Oh, didn't mean to hide that, I just meant to disengage the autopilot. But okay, suppose we can do that as well. Alright then, so we are going to slowly break the descent over here and keeping the autopilot in, as it makes our life a little bit easier. And the flight directors can go off. We can see the runway over here on the left side. Make sure that we do get those puppies inside, maintaining altitude until we are on the puppies. And then we can slowly start our breakout to the left, like so, and align ourselves with the extended center line. Make sure not to start the brake too early, and make sure to start your descent straight away when the puppy comes in at too wide to red, so that you do get aligned when passing 300 feet. So that little 300 feet gate here seems to be something that was confusing a couple of you, but I am going to tell you a little bit more about that after the landing. So on this one, the 300-foot gate applies where all our maneuvering needs to be completed. Now obviously we don't need that minima here anymore, since we are on a visual approach right now. And here we are, straight on the marker. Alright, speed brake up, thruster as normal. And then again with the freighters you'd vacate to the left, so there is basically only one exit over there that's interesting to you. With the passenger aircraft you'd vacate to the right, and mostly it's the KLM737s using this one, going to the stands down here so that they save taxi time. But it is freighter aircraft 747s using it as well to go to the left side over there. Either way it's going to work. Since we're sitting in a 7.8, I am going to vacate to the right, otherwise we would vacate to the left. But that is something that you should be aware of before you start your approach. Alright then, that is this one. So I mentioned on the final approach that the 300-foot stable gate applies to this one but not to the other two. So what's the reason for that? Well, the reason is that this one is carried out under passenger operating rules, so we are actually complying with all the standards that we have for normal passenger flights when doing this swing over, because it can be done, and it is regularly done, under scheduled commercial flights. Things are a little bit different when you are flying, for example, a business jet, or when you are doing a maintenance check flight, so when you are operating non-commercially. And under those different rules and regulations apply. Amongst others, the stable gate doesn't apply as is. However, that can be different by operator. So if you're flying for a certain operator, then make sure to check your operator's airlines, as these things can and do vary with different operators. So that is going to be it for this video. I do surely hope you liked this one as well. Third and last in the swing overs and circling procedures that we have for Amsterdam. I do hope you liked this one. If you did, do let me know in the comments below. I'm certainly looking forward to your comment. And in the meantime, be sure to leave a like, as it does help with the YouTube algorithms, and subscribe if you're interested in more. Thank you very much for watching. I see you all again on the next one, and in the meantime, if you really like my videos, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link that you can find in the video description below. In the meantime though, thank you very much for watching. Now do take your favorite aircraft, be it the 747, the 787, or the Boeing business jet, and go ahead and try for a couple of nice circling approaches in Amsterdam as well. If you're interested, there was a DC-3 based there a while ago, or a DC-6 I should say, and those regularly did those swing overs as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I see you all again straight on the next one.